Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Jet and Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Well, today we're celebrating our new hub in New York. I've been away for a few days. We have a backup of passengers, so we are flat out moving passengers at the moment. I've already done a flight from San Diego to Los Angeles, as you saw on the intro there. Today we are at our new hub in New York, and we are flat out. Now, this is a brand new hub, so we are just starting off. We're going to set up some nice routes from New York, and we're really going to have a good time here and set up a lot of good little interesting regional flights with our 737. I tell you, if we can make it here, we can make it anywhere, I tell you. But we're going to give it a really good go. And look at the airport. We are at JFK, John F. Kennedy, and it is just beautiful. What a beautiful airport. It looks so fantastic, as does our aircraft. Of course, the equipment we are using today is our beautiful PMDG 737-700. It is just amazing, and we are on ground power at the moment. And we're going to fly to Baltimore, okay? It's going to be our stable main little route. The first route that we get established here in this hub is going to be our little trip from New York to Baltimore. So if you have a 737 MAX or a 737-700 or 600, you're welcome to fly along with us and fly for Jet and Airways and help us transport some of our wonderful, happy customers. Okay, so let's get on board our aircraft and get things set up on this beautiful day here in New York, and we'll get our customers all settled in and underway. Okay, so we have gone ahead and we have done our flight plan here. If you would like to fly along with us, here we go. This is the flight plan. These are the waypoints. I've done all the hard work so that you don't have to. You can just program these waypoints into your FMC, set up a flight plan. It will look like this, and then you'll be away and you'll be flying for Jet and Airways. Haven't done this particular route before, so it's a new flight plan I put together, so let's hope it works. Let's hope it goes smoothly and looks nice. That's how it looks in my FMC, so we're all good there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start, I'm going to start up my the APU. I'm going to run on my APU now. So I've turned on the APU already. So I'm going to switch over to the power, the APU bus. So we will now be running on the APU. Turn on my emergency lighting there. And let's just check outside, and our APU should be running beautifully. There it is. Oh, those fumes are quite strong. Let's stay away from that area for a little while. So we can go ahead and get some clearance. Tune to Kennedy ground. Request taxi. Depart straight out.
Ground Jet in 737 with Sierra request taxi for takeoff departing straight out. Jet in 737 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 1 left using taxiway Mike Alpha Juliet cross runway 4 left Juliet Zulu. Contact tower on 119.1 when ready.
Okay, so we are ready for taxi. We've done all our tests, and we're going to get some pushback, and then we're going to start up our engines, but we need to take off our disconnect our ground power and remove our chocks.
Jet in 737, please acknowledge.
Acknowledge taxi clearance.
Tree 1 left using taxiway Kilo Golf Alpha Juliet cross runway 4 left Juliet Zulu cross runway tree 1 left Charlie Jet in 737.
Right, let's turn on our taxi lights. Anti-collision lights. Now we're going to put on our APU bleed because we're going to get our engine started as we get pushed back. Our isolation valve is open already, so that is good. We will turn on our fuel pumps and let's get started with our pushback. And while I'm getting pushed back here, I will turn on the right engine and we'll get that one fired up and underway. Get some life coming into that left engine there. So we'll go ahead, add some fuel to that engine. Now flaps, let's get our flaps in the right position. We're going to come in, we're going to depart flaps 5, so we need to bring our flaps down. And we'll adjust our trim here a little bit, just a tweak. Right, we have 2 good engine starts, so we're all good there. So let's come in here, we'll put our engines around to, switches around to continuous. We'll go, we'll take our power from the engines rather than the APU, so we'll turn on the engine bus. And we'll turn off the APU bus. Turn off our APU, and we can now take off our APU bleed. Can cover our emergency lighting switch. We're going to turn on our packs, get some air conditioning going here, and our heat probes. Turn on our generators and our yaw damper. We'll cover our battery switch, ground power switch. We'll make sure that one is switched off. Okay, so just checking our flow here, we've got all fuel pumps on, isolation valve open, packs on, window heat on, heat probes on, all generators on, engines switched to continuous, taxi lights on. Get our flaps set to 5, our auto brake set at RTO, rejected takeoff. Climb out speed, we're going to head up at 250 knots and we're going to head for 10,000 feet. Flight directors, both switches are on. We have our flight plan and our flight planner there. The FMC is done and finished. So we can go ahead and start taxiing to the active runway. Let's get our camera in the right position.
We ask that you direct your attention to the forward side of each cabin to the TV monitors for a brief and important safety message about our next cab.
Welcome aboard. Please fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle, and tighten the strap. Remember, cell phones and two-way pagers may never be used in flight. Tray tables and footrests should be secured and your carry-on luggage placed under the seat in front of you or in a storage compartment. Please bring your seats to the upright position for takeoff. It is a federal requirement to comply with crew member instructions and instructional signs.
Okay, so we're just coming up to the apron here where we will hold short and await our clearance for departure.
Kennedy Tower Jet in 737 ready for straight out departure at runway 31 left. Jet in 737 altimeter 29.902 phoneme alphabet equals X Microsoft UPS PH equals WIHND wind / phoneme 28 treat at 7. Straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 31 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 31 left jet in 737.
Okay, so we'll be do a rolling takeoff today. Check, flaps set.
Cleared ILS runway 31 left approach Airbus 32 X-ray.
Engine stable.
8 knots.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up, flaps up. Throttle back slightly.
Jetin 737 leaving my airspace, frequency change approved. Kennedy Tower, Jetin 737 frequency change.
Well, it was a nice smooth takeoff. Make sure our flaps are up now. Can bring our flaps up. Let's go over, turn on our auto throttle, speed mode, LNAV, and our autopilot. And our vertical speed, we'll set that at 1,600. Bring our throttle lever back, nice and gentle like. And we are on our way to Baltimore, guys. We're looking good. Beautiful scenery today as we leave New York. Right, so we're climbing up towards our target altitude, 10,000 feet, and we're around about 250 knots. That is all good. Flaps are up, gear is up. Now, before I forget, I'm going to set our auto brakes at 2. For our landing. We're going to turn off our landing lights, turn off our taxi lights, anti-collision lights.
Once you reach a comfortable cruising altitude, ladies and gentlemen, this flight attendant will be in the cabin and will offer you a cocktail beverage of your choice, along with breakfast. There are 5 flight attendants on board today, primarily for your safety. If there's anything we can do to make your trip more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask.
Okay, it might be time for my announcement. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome aboard our Jetin Airways service to Baltimore this morning. Just check the weather. We are expecting smooth sailing, a few light clouds around, not much to speak of, so should be able to get some nice views as we head over to Baltimore. We're happy to have you outside the terminal in Baltimore within the hour. So most of the time I'm going to keep quiet, just let you enjoy the entertainment and the service. And I'll be talking to you a little bit later on. I'm going to turn off the seatbelt sign very soon, so you're free to move about the cabin as you wish. And I'll talk to you a little later on, as I said. Enjoy your flight, and once again, thank you for flying Jet and Airways, where a smile goes a long way. Okay, so we're at 10,000 feet. We're going to go a little bit higher, guys. We're going to bring it up. We're going to go up to, we haven't got a long trip. We haven't got a long trip today. It's not that far to go, actually. So for this stage, I'm just going to go up to 15,000 feet for now. Take it up a little bit more slowly. Vertical speed I'll set at 1,600. Can bring my speed up a little bit since we're above 10,000 feet. So let's take that up to, we'll take it up to 290. Not going like a bat out of hell today. We're just occasionally cruising. Really enjoying the update of the 737, but I notice my screen is still flashing down here. Can you see? One of the MFD still flashing after the update. Also, I've lost my HUD. I'm sure when this first came out we had a HUD up here. After the couple of updates I've had, the HUD seems to have disappeared. I never really used it anyway. I've never really been a great fan of the HUD. Some people really love it, but I've never worried about it. But looks like it's gone. We still don't have a little laptop here. We still don't have our little iPad yet, but I guess that is coming, maybe with the 737-800 or the 900. Did you buy the 600? That's what I want to ask everyone. How many people got the 600? I decided the 737-700 was small enough for me. Anything smaller, and I'll use one of my other regional jets like the CRJ and those sort of planes. I may get the 737-800 or the 900. I may even wait for the 900 when it comes out. But I just feel the 600 is a little bit small. I've got other airliners that I can use if I want really small for little airways or little airports. But for short, medium, short range, I'm quite happy with the 737-700. And at the end of the day, when you're sitting in the cockpit, you hardly notice the difference. You wouldn't know if you're in the 600 or the 700 unless you go outside to have a look. So as far as excitement and immersion and gameplay, it's not really worth the difference for me. It may be an entry-level one as far as the price goes. It is a bit cheaper. So in that sense, it may be a good entry level for people who want to get into the PMDG jet, but if you can fly the 700, well, you know, you can fly the 600, you can fly the 700, the 800, the 900 pretty much. There'll only be very, very subtle differences, actually. So I think I'm going to hang out and wait for the 800 or the 900. That's where I'm at anyway, guys. So where are you at? Are you going to buy every single 737 that comes out? Let me know in the comments. But I'm loving this 700, especially painted in the Jet and Airways, our virtual airline. It just looks fantastic. If you would like to fly for Jet In, let me know in the comments. Fly along the same routes as I fly and help me transport some of our happy customers. That would be totally awesome.
Attention all passengers, we will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white wine. Please return to your seats so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
Yes, it's meal time, so we will have a nice, I will have a nice fresh cup of coffee, and I will have a cheese and ham croissant, thank you, with a slice of tomato, slightly toasted. Mwah. Oh yeah, that sounds good. We're almost halfway along our route now, so we're going to be descending soon actually. As soon as people have had their snacks and drinks, I think I will start bringing the plane down.
Gentlemen, as we begin our approach, we ask that you please check. Make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened low and tight across your lap. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright lock position. If you've had occasion to use your carry-on items, please make sure that they are safely stored underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead enclosed bin. Also, if you're using any type of electronic device, if you would please turn it off until we are approached the gate.
Okay, so we're going to descend down to 6,000 feet just before we do our right-hand turn. Going to bring the speed down a little bit. Got my descent at minus 1,200, so it's just a nice slow gentle descent there. Got that at 6,000. So we'll get ready for our landing and all configured way ahead of time, way ahead of before we need to. So we're going to do a manual approach and a manual landing today. We'll not be using our ILS. It's beautiful weather, so we should be fine. We should have good visibility of the airport and the runway. So as you can see on our flight plan here, we've got a couple of SIDs, a couple of waypoints, and then we're around to the right for our final approach. And we're coming down now to 4,000 feet, still just under 250 knots, 246 knots. So we'll start bringing that speed down very soon, but not too far to go now. So I'm going to start bringing my speed down. And you can see by our map up here, this is the plan I did in the flight planner, and I used the waypoints on this flight planner to put straight into the FMC. So when I hit V, I can actually see the flight plan and the map and where I actually am in relation to that. Start lowering my flaps as my speed comes down. Going to go up here, turn on my landing lights while I'm thinking about it, anti-collision lights. Can turn on my taxi lights. I may not have time, I may not remember later, so it's quite common for pilots to turn those lights on earlier than what they need to be. Let's drop our gear and I will try and figure out gear coming down, and I will got that beeping off. I think my flaps were probably at the wrong setting for the speed I was doing, so that's why I was getting that the warning horn there. Let's bring the speed down a little bit more then. We'll come down to 150 knots. I want to be at 130, 135 for landing. So our speed coming down, our flaps are down, our gear is down and locked in position. So we're all configured and ready way ahead of time, which is good. That's the way I like it. Need to keep an eye on our speed though. 150 knots is good. Turning around now to our final approach. As soon as we have a good clear visual on the runway, we will turn off the autopilot and do a manual visual approach and landing. A little bit hazy at the moment, can't get a really clear picture of the runway. Maybe that's down there, just slightly to my left. So we've got a little bit of a turn to make, and then we'll be on. Coming in towards our runway. I think it is just slightly over to the right, over that way. So I think if we just stay at this altitude and stay at 150 knots with flaps down, I think we will cruise in for a nice gentle touchdown. We do not want to do anything to unstabilize the aircraft at this stage. Just a nice slow steady speed with our flaps down, gear down, and we'll just cruise in slowly for a nice touchdown. I think our airport is just over to the right there slightly. Here we go, here's our map, just a slight little turn to the right, and then we're straight in. Really enjoying being back in my 737. Like I said, I haven't done a video for a while. I haven't flown for a while, so hopefully over the next few days I'll get to make some more videos, do some more flying, and we'll catch up with this backlog of customers that Jet-In has. There's a shortage of pilots as it is, let alone me going away and taking a little break. Okay, so that was our last little turn, I think, to the right. I think we're heading straight in towards the runway now. Pretty much heading straight in. We're looking good. Should be able to get a visual on the runway very soon. Still a bit hazy and foggy out there. There it is. That looks like it. Straight ahead there. Beautiful. So our speed is at 150. We can bring that down a little bit. Bring that down to 140 for now. Get down a little bit closer to my ideal touchdown speed. I'll turn on the replay mode, start recording. And there we are, guys. There's our runway there. Let's bring our altitude down a little bit more. Beautiful scenery here as we come into Baltimore. Just beautiful. Very nice. Let's put it up there so we can keep a close eye on our attitude and our speed. most crucial. Bring our speed down a little bit more. $139. Flaps are down, gear is down, we're looking good. Right, very soon we'll switch off the autopilot and do our manual landing. I have the autopilot button assigned to one of my controls, so I don't have to look around the cockpit for the button at a crucial time. Okay, autopilot is off now. Auto throttle is off. And I have manual control of the aeroplane. Just using my throttle now to keep a steady speed. I'm at 135 knots, which is where I want to be. I can just concentrate on getting a good line now for the runway. As I bring my nose down, the plane speeds up, so I have to bring my throttle down. Maybe use my speed brakes just to bleed off a bit of speed here. As I bring the nose up, the speed will drop down again.
30, 20, 10.
Okay. Reverse thrusters. Okay. Throttle up so I don't come to a stop. Speed brakes off. I think that landing was okay. We will have a look in the replay and just do a bit of a analysis of that. Get off the runway here and park, and we will have a look at our replay. Okay, let's go up here and check and see how we did with that landing. I'll put the game on pause. I'll come up here. Okay, let's play. We were well configured for the landing way before we arrived close to our final approach, so it was a good position to be in. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm very happy with the approach. Like they say, a landing is only as good as the approach. So we've got a good approach and we're well configured before we get there. The scene is set for a very nice landing, so that's how we see how we go with this one. Some nice views here as we come into Baltimore, isn't it? Going to try and get in a good position so I can see the touchdown, see how smooth the landing was. Using my Xbox controller here to move the drone around and follow the plane. Really is a good investment, the Xbox controller, guys. You've got to get one. It just brings a whole new dimension to the simulator. It really does. Looking good here. Here we go. Well, that was a nice landing, nice and smooth. I don't know why the reverse thrusters did not come on. I was pushing on the reverse thrusters button like crazy. Doesn't look like they come on, and the speed brakes don't look like they came on as well. So that's something that I will have to play with. But generally, I think I'm quite happy with that landing, to be honest. Quite smooth, lovely approach. So that is good. I would quite happily give that about a 7 or an 8 out of 10, I think, for a manual approach and landing. 7 or an 8. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe my standards are a bit lower than yours, I don't know. But for my level experience, I'm happy with that landing. Right guys, welcome to Baltimore. Just park at the gate here. Okay, this is it. Welcome to Baltimore. Yeah, really enjoyed that flight. That was fun. Beautiful clear day. A landing that I was happy with. One that I can accept. And yeah, we're going to be doing this route a lot more often. So if you have a 737, either the 737-800 with the X-plane, we can use the 737 MAX or the 700 or the 600. Load up the flight plan. Follow the details that I gave you at the beginning there. I gave you all the waypoints, and help me transport a few wonderful happy customers. Okay, we're going to be doing another flight soon in our brand new hub, our New York hub from JFK. So yeah, I will see you on the next video. Let me know down below whether you bought the 600 or you're hanging out and waiting for the 800 or the 900. Let me know what you think in the comments. Or if you bought the 600 and you're having a great time, that is fantastic. Okay guys, stay safe, and I'll talk to you again soon. Over and out.